Frame structures. Luisana Hernandez. Contents, definition, structures, construction systems, conclusions. Glossary. Foundation and footing. Wall framing. Floor framing. Roof framing. Load-bearing walls. Non-bearing walls. Definition. Like the human body, a house has a skeleton that gives it support, shape, and a framework for outer coverings. Most houses are made of wooden beams, floor joists, wall studs, roof rafters, and related components. To ensure the structure's strength, these parts are sized and connected in accordance with building codes that are based on basic load engineering principles. A house's skeleton is called the frame. Structures. Foundation and footing. Foundation and footing deliver loads from the house down to solid soil. The footing is wider than the foundation to spread out loads. Wall framing. Wall framing in house construction includes the vertical and horizontal members of exterior walls and interior partitions. This serve as a nailing base for all covering material and support the upper floor platforms, which provide the lateral strength along a wall. Wall framing includes bearing walls and non-bearing walls. Load-bearing walls is one in which a wall of a structure bears the weight and force resting upon it, conducting the vertical load from the upper structure to the foundation. If you remove part or all of a load-bearing wall without reinforcing the structure, floors and roof may sag and windows and doors may stick. Worse, part of the house may collapse. Non-bearing walls. Non-bearing walls may be either perpendicular or parallel to joists or rafters. They often may be identified from under the house because they are not supported by a foundation or beam. They don't support loads, so they usually can be removed without compromising a structure's strength. Because they don't support loads, they usually can be removed without compromising a structure's strength. Floor framing. Floor framing consists of a system of sills, beams, girders, joists, and subflooring, all properly sized and connected together. Floor framing provides support for floor loads, and gives lateral support to exterior walls. Roof framing. A roof is the covering on the uppermost part of a building. A roof protects the building and its contents from the effects of weather. The construction of a roof is determined by its method of support and how the underneath space is bridged and whether or not the roof is pitched. The supporting structure of a roof usually comprises beams that are long and strong. Construction systems. Balloon framing. Platform framing is a method of wood construction that has been dead for like 70 years. Is way faster and cheaper. The most common method of light frame construction for houses and small apartment buildings. Is more labor intensive and long lumber is more expensive and harder to get. Is a method of concrete, most common, or treated wood. It utilizes long continuous framing members, studs, with intermediate floor structures nailed to them. On top of the foundations, a wood floor joist and subfloor system is provided. The creation of a path for fire to readily travel from floor to floor. Conclusions. Architects, urban planners and engineers must work together, and they all must have a full working knowledge of how to construct walls, ceiling, floors and other parts of a building structure. Architects creates drawings that show all the necessary elements that must come together to make a space functional. It's important to know which parts are critical to a house's structure so that you don't compromise its strength when remodeling or doing work that involves cutting into framing members. Glossary. 1. Beams, a squared-off log or a large, oblong piece of timber, metal, or stone used especially as a horizontal support in construction. Joists, a place or a part at which two or more things are joined. Walls. Studs, an upright post in the framework of a wall for supporting sheets of lath, wallboard, or similar material. Roof rafters, one of the sloping beams that supports a pitched roof. Wider, having a certain or specified extent from side to side. Nailing base, A slim, pointed piece of metal hammered into material as a fastener. Sills, a horizontal timber, block, or the like serving as a foundation of a wall, house, etc. Girders, a beam, as of steel, wood, or reinforced concrete, used as a main horizontal support in a building or bridge. Subflooring, a rough floor beneath a finished floor. The pitch, is the angle at which the roof rises from its lowest to highest point. 2, 3, 6.